friends get together so they can try things. You're invited to this podcast so that you can try things. Maddie will stop singing so that we can all now try this.
Hello and welcome to Now Try This, the podcast where two best friends get together every week to talk about their favorite things. I'm Marcus, and that beautiful man over there is Nick. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Favorite things, you say? We talk about our favorite things? Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
That's not this show. This show's when we torment each other with the things that no one else will watch with us to watch. That is Now Try This. That is us. This is what we're doing here. Every week we challenge each other for one of our favorite things, something new, something that's exciting, one of our personal favorites. But it's not just us. We have a community that's thriving that wants you to be included on patreon.com/nowtrythiscast. Marcus, tell them about the Patreon.
On Patreon, you can head over and join two tiers. One tier is at $5, where you can submit a challenge every month that we then vote on. And the other tier is the $1 tier, which allows you to vote on that poll that we create every month. At the $5 tier, you can also vote. So
Last
bonus.
week, we did Malignant, which was voted on for our eerily creepy Boys Wet Their Pants month. Spooky Boys month. That is the month of October.
I
Everything
did not
is
wet
spooky.
my pants once this month. Okay, I'm
Not
very
yet.
proud of that fact.
We still
Okay?
have more. We have time. But last week we did Malignant. That was suggested to us by Fear God of Death, and we had feelings on it. Go check out that episode.
We did.
Some of us really liked it.
Some of us, half of us, really liked it.
Very statistically speaking, 50% of us liked it and 50% didn't. That is how that statistic works out. That is what we did. But Marcus, I came away really enjoying that episode. I hope people check it out. But we are here today because it's my challenge to you. And I gave you the critically acclaimed, the newest Netflix darling, the #1 most watched show beating Bridgerton, a previous challenge of ours, Squid Game on Netflix. That was what we decided to do this time.
Squid Game, more like Squad Game. Yes. Squad.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I love that.
It was fun. I'm done. I loved it. I would recommend it. Let's just jump to the end of the podcast.
Marcus, there's a little more to be done, but before we get to that, Marcus, what's going on new in your life? What is happening? What is guys, also leave 5-star reviews on iTunes. You've been slacking. We need some more.
Yeah, we need some more
Please.
reviews, guys. Help us get on that recommended.
Validation. I mean,
Okay.
recommended.
Yes. Okay, new things I've been trying before we start talking about Squid Game. I had it. I went to the movies for
I
the
thought you
first
froze.
time since
thought
the
you
pandemic.
froze.
You're welcome. I went to
What
the
did you
movies
see?
for the
What did you
first
watch?
time. I saw Venom.
Hold on. So it has been literal years since you've been able to go to a
Yes.
movie theater because you've been a cautious boy
100%.
and you broke your proverbial cherry
Yep.
with not Venom, the sequel to Venom, Venom Let There Be Carnage. That was what you decided was the best use of your time to
Yep.
pop that.
Yep. I wanted
How
to
was it?
test the waters. I was like, I don't feel bad walking out of Venom 2. If I am uncomfortable and I don't feel safe, I could walk out of Venom 2 and be like, I'll watch it later. I don't give a shit. But it's also
How many
only
movies
an
have you
hour and a
actually
half.
walked out on?
One, and you were there for it.
Oh, really? That's the first. That was the only
that's
time.
the only movie I ever
Tales
walked
to
out
Tell in
on.
the Dark.
Yep. Scary
Oh my
stories to
God.
tell in the
Scary
dark or
stories
whatever.
to tell in the dark. Yeah.
Yep.
Man, that movie was trash.
That movie was terrible. I just sat in the hallway. I was like, whatever. Nick and Joseph can finish the movie. I'll just sit in the hallway.
Yeah, and as you were taking a little bit in the bathroom, Joseph and I was like, we should leave. This movie sucks. And he was like, yeah. I was like, let's go find Marcus and tell him we're leaving if he's okay with it. And you were just literally sitting right outside the theater. And you were like, hey. And we were like, we've decided to go. And you're like, cool. Because you already had decided, 5-10 minutes before that.
Yep. I was like, I don't think I'm going back in there.
You would rather sit in the hallway on your phone than have finished that movie.
100%. 100%.
Well, you didn't walk out of Venom. What did you think?
I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed the first one.
That is also what I would say.
It was a fun movie. I think there were problems, especially with the villain.
Oh man,
It felt like an early superhero movie, like before they realized how to make
Daredevil
them.
era.
Yeah. Daredevil era.
Daredevil, Fantastic
superhero.
Four era.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's what I felt like.
I would
But it
agree
was
with those
fun.
statements.
Tom Hardy was great. I loved the Venom and Tom Hardy stuff. I just didn't like everything else.
All agreed. But they decided to put more of that stuff in the sequel, which helped a lot.
Yes. It was like watching, I mean, I feel this way about a lot of like superhero movies where I'm like, I liked 2/3 of the movie. And that's how I feel about this. I think the
2/3 is good.
2/3 I liked.
Yeah. I really liked all the Venom stuff. The stuff when they were like almost an estranged couple and the fight they had and all that stuff. Good comedy gold.
Mhm.
And then there was did you say for the post-credit sequence?
Yes, it did.
Oh, interesting, huh?
Really interesting. I'm interested to see
That's all
what
we'll
they
say. That
end
was
up
the best
doing.
part of the movie.
It was funny because Daron was talking to me about it, and she's like, "What is Venom's like? What does he have to do with that character that they show at the end?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, here's what he has to do." And I got a chance to explain the origins of Venom, and it was
You
wonderful.
got to go, well,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh God, I love it. I love it. Also,
In Secret Wars, Peter Parker.
you're decorated for Halloween. My decoration is my black cat that is sitting on the desk. I brought him.
Why is he? Did you stuff him? Is he alive? What is happening
He is
there?
alive. He's just very focused.
On what? Our podcast.
There's nothing. Yeah, on our
Whoa,
podcast.
he just twitched. Did you see that?
I
He
did.
just boom. Oh my goodness.
He
Well,
hears
Marcus,
you.
without further ado, let's get the Squid Game.
I was gonna say, have you tried anything new? I feel like you hate it when
No,
I
I
ask
guess
you
I-
back.
I do, but I did. I went to Portland for my girlfriend's birthday this past weekend. I got to
Happy
experience a
birthday.
lovely new city. Happy birthday, Lexi. I got to experience Portland. It was really cool. It was really chill. We went to Powell Books, which was a bookstore that was a whole city block.
Wow,
Fucking huge. It was
That's
like bigger
awesome.
than Strand, bigger than Barnes and Noble. It was big. It was
That's
real big.
crazy.
We had donuts. She had hard cider. We saw the sights. We went to Botanical Gardens. It was really, 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 really great. It was really awesome. Anyone that can get over to Portland, totally do that.
Go to Portland.
Was
Which
it worth
Portland?
a 6-hour flight? Man, I don't know. Oh, Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
So is it worth a 6-hour flight? I wouldn't do it again. But I was explaining this to Lexi. It's for me. She was like, "She have a great time," and I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "But I would have had a great time if you took me like an hour north of the city.
Yeah,
I would have
that's
had
true.
a great time if we drove to Vermont.
That's
I
how
would
I
have had
feel.
a great time. I'm the worst about that. Lexi has traveled the world. She wants to see more of the world, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm good going anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm more excited to travel the world, but also like if we never did, I'd be like, cool.
yeah. Get me outside my house like a little bit. I'm happy.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you want to go to this new bookstore? That sounds fantastic.
Mhm.
Can I get there on the train?
Yeah, it is weird that that's the same level of happiness as like traveling to another state, but it just is what it is. Sometimes
Yeah.
that's how it is.
But honestly, it was really magical. Lexi and I had a fantastic time. Thank you so much for asking. But Marcus, Squid Game.
Nick.
Squid Game is.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
why'd you give me Squid Game? A question we always
Oh
have to
my
answer.
goodness, Marcus, I gave you Squid Game.
You could be
because
honest.
because I thought last week was your challenge.
Uh-huh.
And then you told me it was my challenge at the end of the podcast. And Squid Game was on the top of my list of things to try.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to try that before the next week to maybe give it to you if I liked it.
Sure.
But I took a shot in the dark and hope for the best. And turns out I loved it. So
Nice.
we're good to go.
Perfect.
I gave you Squid Game as a challenge.
I'm glad.
Squid Game is a South Korean survival drama television show on Netflix, written and directed by Hwang Dong-hyuk, and it stars various people. I was going to name them, and then I decided not to. Basically, these adults get stuck in this children's game with death penalties to win money. And that's the show.
Yes.
Marcus, what did you know about the show before I give it to
I knew exactly that. And
you?
I also knew that the song of the red light, green light game just nonstop playing in my head. Just
Yeah.
constantly. Oh, reading chat. Hey, first time catching you guys live. Been following the podcast for a while. Love the show. Thank you so much for joining. That
supposed to say their name.
Jamster dude.
We
I
get
like
it so
that.
little that you weren't accustomed to. It's like, oh, yeah.
Well,
Shut up,
also
shut up,
the
shut up.
shine on my light from the lighting I have is exactly on the
Oh my
chat.
God. Hold on. Can I talk to the audience, guys? Do you hear fucking Marcus trying to make excuses for his
I'm so sorry.
unprofessionalism?
I'm so sorry.
Guys, if you
mean to offend
think
you, the
that
Jamster
we
dude.
need to get more professional on this podcast, go ahead and donate to that Patreon. We will give Marcus some professional hosting lessons and get him up to snuff, guys.
Okay.
I am sick of pulling the slack on this show.
I can't even, when I'm editing clips, I can't even zoom into my screen that much because it's all fuzzy because I'm using my phone. I zoom in on yours, it's beautiful. It's pixel perfect. Mine is just fucking
Really?
yeah, mine's gross.
Which is so funny because I'm still casting it to you as well.
Exactly. Yeah. It just makes a
Imagine
huge
if I
difference.
recorded it separately on my side.
Yeah, it would look gorgeous. Okay.
Well, guys, if those are problems that you can associate with, you know what to do. Links down below.
Help me get a new computer or camera. So I heard the theme song, not the theme song. Jesus Christ, it's not even the fucking theme song. I heard the
Really,
Boku wa no si baga naga na, Boku wa si baga naga na. I heard that over and over and over and over again because it's everywhere on TikTok. It's just fucking everywhere right now. So I keep hearing that song and I'm like, I fucking need to watch the show. It's in my
Marcus,
brain.
Are you on the talk?
I'm on TikTok.
You're on the no, sorry. I asked if you're on the talk.
Oh my God. You're making yourself look
Yo,
old.
you tick? You tick?
I tick and
Yo,
I talk, baby. Let's go.
Oh, you
All
tick
day
and
I be
you
ticking
talk.
talkie, baby. Call me the grandfather clock. I be on there peeping.
Yeah, no, I this show has also been everywhere. Everyone's been talking about it, obsessed about it.
Mhm.
Kids have been like talking about it. It's like really like prevalent a lot of places.
Yeah.
And before I watched it, I described it as Saw meets the Hunger Games.
Okay.
And I'm glad to know my description was 100% correct.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like when
Mhm.
I heard about this game, it didn't seem like anything new. And I feel like maybe you can relate to this, but like we've
Yeah.
seen shows like this in the realm of anime and stuff
comics
like that.
and manga and animes.
Even recently, there was like Alice in Borderland, which is kind of similar, and there was also maybe it's the same one. But there's this thing with there's a few that were with like aliens come to Earth and they make people play kids games and then they die if they don't like. It's not Gantz. Gantz is different.
Oh, okay. Big Jumpy asked us, would you guys compete in Squid Games if you were like, hold on, there's a lot of zeros.
Put a comma in there.
$5 million in debt. Big Jumpy, joke's on you. Almost at $5 million in debt. So
I would do Squid Game without any debt. Just fucking put me in there. I can do it.
Yo, we played
100%.
Saturday night.
Yo, someone
Squid
start
Game?
up a Squid Game. Let's go. Where's
Let's
Mr.
go.
Beast? Fucking let's do it.
But as you were saying, the don't worry, Big Jumpy. We'll totally answer your question soon. Before we get into that, we got to talk about the back matter. One of my a manga that I used to read that I got illegally, I think, torrenting was Doubt. Have you ever read Doubt?
Anything.
That horror
I
manga?
didn't hear anything. Yeah, Doubt. That's an old one, right?
Yeah, it's from. I'm looking at it right now. It's from 2013.
Yeah.
Oh, and on one of your favorite games, we did it on the show. Nine doors, nine people, nine whatever.
That's a lot like this too. Yes.
Same thing.
Yeah.
This is a very common trope.
But
I will say
it's very Eastern common. It's not as common in the West, I
Yeah.
feel. Stuff like this, which is really
100%.
interesting. So it's been
Hunger
around.
Games Saw is about it.
Yeah, and
That I
those
can
aren't
think of off the
like
top of my head.
even Hunger Games. The writer originally said that she was inspired by Battle Royale, which
Battle
is kind of the
and then-
the thing that started this whole thing. You know, it's a spin
And then
on
stop
Battle
saying
Royale.
it because people accuse her of cheating.
Yes, 100%.
stealing.
Yeah, copying, yeah. And not giving any credit.
In
to
early
the
interviews, she was like, "Yeah, Battle Royale," and later she's like, I don't think
Yep.
I don't know if I know that."
100%. She's like, she went from from saying it inspired Hunger Games to be like, I've never heard of it. That's wild. That's crazy.
That's some David whatever his name is that copied Perfect Blue.
Oh yes. But at least he bought the rights to make the movie of it and then stole it.
He did, but he still kept denying it. He's totally kept denying it.
Yeah.
But no, that Doubt comic, I remember loving that. I love stuff like this. I love Saw. I love Hunger
Mhm.
Games. So when I heard about this, I was super excited about it. But I will say that I off the top of my head, I can't recall it at the scale.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
the amount of people.
It's
Like,
usually a
that's new for
small
me.
group. I would
Yeah.
say it's like a max 50 people usually.
Totally. But I guess let's ask her Big Jumpy's question. I mean, he's here. He's asking questions before we even get to the show. Marcus, What is your relationship with your debt?
My relationship with my debt? Jesus Christ, what a big question. Well,
yeah,
we
are you
live,
gonna kill? Are you guys?
we
you
live
ready
in
to kill people for
America,
it?
for those of you who don't know, and
Oh, Jesus Christ!
everyone
our
is
Honduras friends
encouraged
out there.
to have debt, including going to college and all this stuff. So we are all taking on lots and lots of money, and then last second they fuck you over and they're like, actually, sorry, you're not born rich. And they fuck you over. So I have a bad relationship. I have a very angry relationship with debt.
I'm sorry, you didn't know when you were going to get a theater degree that it was going to be
Hey, fuck you, man. Fuck you,
You
man.
didn't know?
My
It would
theater
be-
degree has got me a job. Okay.
I don't think your degree has anything to do with how you got your job.
It has nothing to do with how I got my job, but it was a piece of paper that said, hey, you know what? This guy at least learned something. It's so dumb.
Wow, what a funny way. What a funny way of explaining your theater degree, because I always explain my theater degree of like when I go to a room and I speak well, or I'm
Mm.
loud in an efficient way, or I'm like good at speaking or doing something like that. I was like, yep, that's what $50,000 is about.
my it's funny because like I work in theater still, work for a Broadway company, and a lot of people, everyone there majored in theater but doesn't like, or that's not true anymore, but a lot of people majored in theater and just were like, I need a job, and they use their theater
Yep.
degree to get a job in the theater world that has nothing to do what they were majoring in originally.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is.
I
Your
feel like
degree
you see
doesn't
that in a lot of
matter.
fields.
If you're young and haven't gone to college yet, your degree doesn't fucking matter. Do whatever the fuck you want in college.
It's coming from here. Now try this. If you do not if you have not gone to college, don't go. It's a trap. You'll end up in a Squid Game. You've heard it here
Hell
first.
yeah. Honestly, if
I think
America,
Go ahead.
if Joe Biden right now was like, ayo, if he was like, ayo, I'm a Squid Games it up here in America so you can like be forgiven of all your student debt, I would do it. I would give it a shot.
Listen, if I met the random guy on the side of the road that wanted to slap me and I slapped him and then he told me I can go win money, Marcus, I'd go.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
I don't see a world that the way it was presented in the show that I don't try to go.
Exactly.
Like what? Like I'm so close to clicking every Instagram free sweepstake. I'm so close to clicking every free coupon online when I know most of them are scams and most of them just want to send me spam. But I'm so close every time. And you know why I don't do it now? Because I've been burned too many times. Have I been burned going somewhere and playing a game for money? Not yet.
Guys,
I've gone to the casino once.
if you're listening and you want to help us out, get us out of this capitalist debt that we're all in, feel free to subscribe on Twitch. Donate on Twitch.
We can't keep plugging up. This whole episode is all just a big ploy and an ad for our Patreon because it's all about debt and money. Oh my goodness.
Oh God, was that a segue into a game? Are we playing a game? Is that what that was?
No, that would have been a great segue,
Oh,
but we
okay.
haven't even started the show yet.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna keep talking about the show because
Yeah,
we're gonna
please.
jump around a little bit.
No, please, we can jump around.
But I think
We'll eventually go game by game, but how much did you watch? Let the fans know.
it's first 6 episodes I watched. There's 9 episodes
And I finished
total.
the show.
You finished the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, Marcus isn't a true believer.
God damn it. So what I was going to say is our conversation about debt and how desperate we are to escape it, even though we're not like as bad as the people in the show, is really interesting because it's real. It's a real thing that everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
And I think it contributes to the popularity of the show. I think everyone has aspirations of possibly getting themselves out of debt through winning the lottery or whatever other like machinations our systems have created to like
Yeah.
keep us thinking that we could get out of debt. But my absolute favorite thing that this show does is showing that even if given the option to return to your life, a lot of people wouldn't take it,
Yeah.
because they much rather have the opportunity to get themselves out of debt and die for it rather than continue living the
exactly
life that
half,
they're
right?
in. Exactly.
Honestly, we could talk about. I mean, we're gonna jump around, so
Yeah.
honestly, we could talk about that moment because I thought it was so interesting. Because
I loved it.
So the show starts off, and I don't want to go beat for beat, but basically you meet a guy that's downtrodden, you follow his life, and then you meet another cast of characters, and then they end up getting invited to this game. The first game happens; it's the red light, green light. We'll go through. Don't worry, guys, game by game. But after that, they realize they have the option to leave. The majority, if they say the game's over, they say it, and it happens by exactly half, by 1.
Yeah.
But it's a majority, so the game's over. They all leave, and then I've never seen a show do this.
It was was so awesome.
When it started and we were finally at the Squid Game and we're at the first episode was kind of slow and I was like, this is interesting. I'm here.
Mhm.
And then it got to the red light, green light. I was like, great, this is the show. We're here. And then they left.
Yeah.
I was shocked that they set up this big premise for all these games, this big world, these masks, all this shit, and then they leave. And I was like, what are you doing, show? But what the show does is in the third episode, it doubles down on the shitty lives of these people. It makes them worse.
Yeah.
It shows them. And now that they've seen, and now it's so cool because it turns the mirror back, right? Because it's still just as bad. But having shown all of our protagonists that little bit of a glimpse of a way out, they got to go back.
No, it's incredible. The way that the show frames it, that like if the show continued and was just the players of Squid Game playing their game and they were trapped inside, I think we would have felt more bad for them because of their current circumstances related to the game. Whereas the fact that they were given the opportunity to leave and then chose to come back, we feel bad for them on a greater scale, not just in relation to the game, but more in relation to their lives outside of the game and the like inherent evils that like society and capitalism, commit to the regular people.
Yeah, totally. Because that lack of the ability to have urgency is what we would have felt bad about at the beginning. But they took that away, and I mostly you don't see it like in the Saw movies. The Saw movies are one of my favorite series. I love the hijinks, the escape roomy. I love the escape room movies. I love this like you're stuck and you got to figure it out or else you're dead. I love that concept. It's fun for me. I love it. But that thing that you described is in all of them. You feel bad that they got there, and even when you find out later why they got there, because they're evil people or because they're good people or whatever, that is what you feel bad about. You don't feel that in this because they all like you are there with them. You're like, yeah, I would go back too if my mother needed an operation.
100%.
I would go back too if I made my mother lose everything she owns because of the bets that I made. I would go back too if my brother was stuck somewhere and couldn't get out.
Yeah. Them going in, seeing how bad it is, seeing how real the stakes are, leaving, then deciding that their lives are worse than that, and then going back says a lot. And I think really hits home the message that the show is trying to send.
Totally agreed. So our show starts off, we have our main character. What do you think of Lee Jung-jae, who plays Sung Hee-hun? And sorry guys if we are butchering these, I apologize. We are trying our best. But what do you think of him as our main protagonist? I was super surprised.
Sorry if we're butchering it. We are butchering it. We're butchering it worse than the dub did, dude.
I know. Oh, did you watch the sub or the dub?
I watched the sub, of course. Did you watch the dub?
Did you really?
Yeah. I didn't watch the dub.
Yes, I watched the dub.
You watched the dub? No way. What the fuck, man? Rip that
Don't
poster
shame me.
down now. Fucking
Don't
take
shame
that
me.
anime poster down.
The Your Name dub is fantastic.
Take that shit down. All the shame. What are you talking about? No shame in the chat. All the shame. All the shame, my dude. You don't watch Squid Game dubbed?
Who the fuck are you? Taika Waititi? Get the fuck off your high horse. Get the fuck out of here.
I am a true weeb, okay? I'm a
Did you see that Taika Waititi is on your side?
Is he really?
Yeah, he said it in a tweet in Twitter. He's like, how dare they make a dub of the show? The only reason I watched the dub is because of the time constraint. Because of the time constraint, I needed to watch this show quickly. I am not weird. I do watch anime, and sometimes the dub is good. Get off me, Big Jumpy. Whatever.
Calling you out. Yeah, Big Jumpy, let's go.
Let me explain. I love the sub. I love, in this instance, Eastern actors. I love listening to it in its original. I love that. Yeah. But when you're on a time constraint, I had to like do things as I was watching the show, and I couldn't sit there and listen. I was falling asleep during one of these episodes because of the time. I don't need to make excuses. Get off my fucking back.
Asleep? Oh my god! Wow. Maybe because the dub was that boring.
Oh my god! I thought that actually, all joking aside, I actually thought the dub did a really great job. Like I was ready to switch. I was ready to switch off of the dub because I watched Lupin recently on Netflix, and I thought the dub was really bad. Yeah, and I stopped watching the show altogether.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't seem worth it to me, and I was ready to jump onto the sub if I thought the dub was bad. And when it started, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to jump. But honestly, it won me over. the guy that does the main guy is like a huge voice actor that's done tons of video games. That's like a big name in the voice acting arena. He's good.
Yeah. No, so good. Oh, I loved it. Hi.
You didn't watch.
My
You can't
name is
judge.
Junpei. I am number 256, and I'm here to participate in the Squid Games.
It wasn't that bad. You didn't even watch it.
I saw clips. And they made me laugh real hard at how bad the voice acting was. Granted, none of the clips was of the main character. There was all the side characters. So maybe
there are some side characters, like the girl, the deranged lady that sleeps with the snake guy.
Yes.
I didn't love hers. Hers was pretty bad. because the way she enunciated is so exaggerated, it was hard to dub her because it was so specific to her.
Yeah.
So that one was obvious it wasn't quite working, but some of it was really great. I stand by my say.
I understand why you did it. I was very tempted to do the same because I was like, I have other things I need to be doing. Like I should be doing some overtime work or something else. And I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to watch this show.
Maybe you would have finished the show.
I would have finished I was 100%. I was going to say that. I was like, if I would have watched the dub, I could have at least finished the season before recording, but I decided not to, and I'm sticking to my guns.
You guys made me so far away from whatever point I was making. I think I was just setting up the show. Oh, well, just what did you think of the main protagonist? Because I didn't know we would be following him so specifically. I thought it was going to do the thing where, because it was showing us other people too, but in the dub, the old man looks like he's saying hundreds of words, and since it's dub, all he says is like, I just pissed myself. I will also say that sometimes the old man's dubbing work wasn't great, but I will say the voice of the old man in the dub I thought was really good. And hold on, how are you judging me, Big Jumbie, for watching the dub and you have all this info about the dub if you didn't watch it? Did you watch both just so you can piss on my dreams?
Maybe he watched clips like I did online. Huh?
You don't get the full thing from watching out of context clips. I stand by
side.
myself.
I'm on his side.
Whatever. Guys, if you want to join the chat, we stream every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/nowtrythiscast. Come shit on me in the chat. That is what it's used for, apparently.
Let's go.
My dad watched it. That's what the answer is. He's defending himself. He feels called out.
Hey, I've seen a lot of the bad dubs have also been posted on TikTok, so I get it.
I stand by everything I'm saying. Actually, let me go watch the subtitle. To be honest, watching the dub, you also see stuff you normally don't when you're busy reading the subtitles. Thank you, that Jamster dude.
Boo,
thank you.
The Jamster dude.
Whatever.
Boo.
I will go back and watch an episode on sub and report back of whether it was me just only knowing the dub and thinking it's good and defending myself, or if it was actually good. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I that's happening with me in anime. I feel like sometimes
totally.
like, I watch the dub and I'll be like, oh, it's pretty good. And everyone's like, no. And then I watch the sub and I'm like, oh, I see what I was missing.
Sometimes I don't. Like, I think the My Hero Academia dub is very good. I watch them interchangeably back and forth, depending on what's out.
Yeah.
I like them both. But there are some classic ones that are not good.
I can't do
like
the
Naruto
Dragon Ball Z.
Way better subbed.
I can't do Dragon Ball Z sub. I have to watch dub.
Oh, I don't do Dragon Ball Z subbed either. Okay. Marcus, what did you think of our main character?
Oh, yeah. The Squid Game. Our main character. I hated him in the beginning. I feel like he was an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't want him to be an asshole. You know, I wanted him to be relatable. But then you see that he actually is a good person throughout the course of the games, which is kind of nice.
It's that third episode that really got you, right?
Yeah.
Like I was the same way. The first two episodes I was like, okay, like I'm here for this. And again, those first two episodes I think are great. I think they're very good episodes of television. Good episodes. But I was not ripping and raving about the show in my head. I was like, cool. Oh, it's something a little different, but I've seen it. Everyone's doing a really good job. It's really well made. This is fun. Oh, the game is super cool. This is cool. Oh, this pastiche of the show, I'm really into it. And then the third episode happens, like, I care about everybody. I care about every single person on this fucking show. And the moment that I knew it was when they did that beautiful shot of all of them standing there waiting for the van to pick them up. And it had them all silhouetted in the same way. And it went back and forth between our main characters. And you saw their faces of them having to go back. And I was like, I love this show. What is happening?
Yeah.
It was wild.
It's so funny because I feel like, I don't know. I guess I'm jumping in my brain right now to the games themselves. But I don't know what happened, but some of the games later on just seem less interesting. And in the beginning, it starts so strong. You start the first episode off with red light, green light. You have that giant robot doll that has a gun and just fucking, I guess it doesn't have the gun. I guess the people in the windows have the gun. But anyway, you have the giant robot doll that turns around and is like, boop, 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 motion detected. And then they shoot the guy. And And it's fucking awesome. It's creepy. It's weird. It's so jarring. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. It's awesome. What a great introduction to the game. It sets up the stakes. It's such a good game. And then 6 episodes
Also,
later,
I need
you
to
get them
correct-
fucking around with marbles. You're like, what the fuck?
I do need to correct myself because that great episode is the second episode. The first episode is the setup and red light, green light.
Yeah.
That's all in the first
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
They're an hour long. I just messed up. I'm sorry. You you weren't as captivated when they were all sitting on a playground licking sugar?
It's just like the games are so upsetting, right? I feel like Saw kind of had a similar problem. Like the first Saw was like,
Yeah.
"Bah," and then the games got crazier, but the stories got worse. So like,
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been cool if they had like equal amount of stakes or equal amount of like gravitas to them. It was just like something was missing. And I know they're all kids games, but so was Red Light, Green Light, and that was dope as
Yeah.
shit to watch.
I suppose you're right. I don't disagree with what you're saying because I think you have a really valid point. And I think if they had done what you're describing, it would have been okay. I will say, though, that there is something to be said about how simple some of these games were and how fucking tragic it was when the fucking person broke their fucking star and how fucking brutal it was that the mask guy just came and shot his face off. You know what I mean?
It was cool. It was great. And I like the
And
simplicity
I will say
of the
what you're
game.
looking for is in the next couple games.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna say, I feel like, but with Red Light, Green Light is a simple game too, you know. But it was just the aesthetic was
Yeah.
a little better. In the
I think
cookie game, they were
yeah.
all crowded in a room. The camera had a hard time moving around the room too. It was just
Yeah.
like shot in a way that doesn't feel like it was big. It was just like, hey, let's go in this office over here and just fucking play this game real quick. It didn't
You
feel
think it was a budget
big.
thing? You think they blew their load on budget?
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened. They blew their load and they had to cut corners in certain places and we're like, okay, whatever. These games can be
Yeah,
minimal.
because there was a lot of like effects and CGI and things like that during Red Light, Green Light because it's a big heavy effect thing,
yeah.
and there was almost no effects to licking the sugar.
Yeah, or maybe because it was in the first episode, they had a huge budget for the pilot, and then they were
Yeah.
like, they got the money, and then we're like, fuck, we need to make the rest of the show.
Maybe I would be super interested to talk to the creators about something like that.
Mhm.
But it does. I think you would agree with me. It doesn't ruin the show or anything. It is something
does
you're
not ruin the
hankering
show.
for, though.
It does not ruin the
Like
show at all.
Saw, like one of the reasons you watch it is how crazy the traps
Mhm.
get, right?
Yeah,
And sometimes they nail it, sometimes they don't. Like in the Spyro movie, a lot of what we were talking about was how shitty the traps were, right?
yes, that's true.
Like
But
one of them was literally like, "Oil's gonna pour on your face. Try to get out." That's like that's where we're at. That's
Yeah.
this
But
is
then
the
you-
19th Saw movie, and this is
Yeah.
what we got.
But then you have Escape Room, right? Which just also had a sequel, and that was kind of
Yes.
like, it was
that
kind of
did
crazy.
get crazier.
It got crazy.
That did get crazier.
So if somewhere
fucking
between
wild.
that and what we got, I think would have been really nice
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, but sometimes it's distracting, right? Sometimes when you do that part is distracting because Escape Room is just about the escapes. I barely give a shit about those people.
Yeah.
Any of them at all.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and that,
Yeah,
especially in the second one.
In episode 6, when it's the marble game, it's really intimate and it really helps with the storytelling. So
that one was really
narratively,
good. That was one that I
it's
would say,
good.
even though it was so small, it like really fucking excelled, right? And it was the reason why it did was because they had them all pair up.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it coming. I legitimately, and at some point when a show gets me this well, I stopped looking and I try to let myself be surprised. But I legitimately just didn't see it coming that it was gonna. I thought what they were setting up was the person was gonna make the other person fail, right?
Yes.
Because the show was trying to make me believe that when our main character, when 456 picked the old man, he was like, oh, so he's gonna be at a loss because he's got a weaker person. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
But to have the two of the, like, you are choosing your opponent to fight to the death
Yeah.
over something so mundane, that was fucking wild.
It is wild.
I was
That
shocked.
episode is absolutely crazy. But I could see,
Yeah.
that episode made me really see why everyone liked the show. I feel like the first episode and the second episode, I really liked them and it was really interesting. I was waiting for the show to grab me. And then episode 6, I felt like, okay, this is the intimacy that I needed from the show to
Yeah.
feel like I actually
That-
want to
The
finish it.
payoff. That was
Yeah.
the pay. So episode 6 was the payoff for a lot of setup
Yeah.
earlier. And that was the moment when you like almost all of the characters, even the shitty ones, you were like,
Yes.
I'm on your fucking side.
Yeah. No, it had
You know.
really good writing.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Marcus,
Uh-huh.
if you don't like some of those games, maybe you'll like some of these games. Roll the clip.
Now try this trivia. Now try this trivia. Now trivia. Now trivia. Now trivia this.
What are you doing?
Hello. What am I doing? I am
What are you
looking
doing?
around my room for things because we are gonna play our own Squid Game, Marcus. Now,
Ooh.
I got 5 games. I know there are 6 on the show. I'm horrible podcast partner, but we have 5 games here. And since we can't bet our lives, and since we're far away,
Lame.
I figured that we will play for different stakes.
I'm not willing to do this unless it's for our lives.
There are real stakes.
Okay.
So
good,
each
good,
one
good,
of these games has its own stake that's separate from everything else.
Okay, cool.
There's 5 games. Pick a number 1 to 5.
4.
Great. This game is called the Paper Building Challenge. Marcus, go get some paper. Any kind of paper.
I got paper. I got a book.
Any kind of paper at all.
I got paper.
That you can pull out?
Yeah, I can pull it
Okay,
out.
sure. Great. Marcus, we both are going to have 1 minute
Okay.
to take paper and make the tallest paper structure we can.
Does it have to be standing?
Listen, there's a printer paper on top of the bookshelf, Marcus. It's in the chat. You can grab printer
nice, thank
paper.
you.
On the top
Oh,
of the
nice.
chat.
Thanks, chat. Thanks for knowing where
shit.
things are in my house.
Can you give me printer paper? I didn't have printer paper, and I thought it wouldn't matter because you wouldn't. But I don't want to fail. So we have 1 minute to make the tallest paper structure we can. However, this is the bet. This is the stakes.
Yeah, what are the
Whoever, the person who wins this one, the person who loses this one has to text their mother an eggplant emoji.
That's gross. Why would you do this?
Because you wanted life and death stakes, Marcus.
This. I'd rather die than do that.
Well, that's the bet. Do you accept? Hey,
God.
Majority says we can leave at any point.
Who's majority?
You and me.
Oh, there's never. Fine.
Well, what do you say? Do you vote for us not to do it?
No, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, because I vote too. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to pull up a timer. 1 minute. All right. You ready? I'm holding my first piece of paper.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Ready? Start now. Okay. Let's see. What is Marcus going to do to make a tall structure? What is Nicholas going to do?
Make a tall structure. I'm just gonna. These have to stay together.
What are you saying?
It has to be a singular structure. I need tape. You have tape?
You don't get tape. I don't have tape.
What do you mean you don't
Okay, I
have
want you
tape?
to know that I had an idea and I already fucked up my first piece of paper.
Really? I am trying
uh-huh.
to do some origami shit, and it's not working.
Ooh, origami shit's not. This is also not working. I thought.
Let's see what we got here.
Oh, maybe I should. Okay, maybe if I fold the
Oh my
crease
God.
and then I do this. Okay. I got one. I got one. I got one.
I'm gonna win, but I'm gonna win. Okay.
Okay,
You know why I'm gonna win, Nick? Nick, do you know why I'm gonna
Why?
win? I'm just better.
Why is that?
I'm just better.
You are not better. all I want is that you can see it from the camera. That is my goal.
Oh, I can't do mine.
All right. Okay. Minutes up.
Minutes up.
Yep.
Okay.
Marcus, do you see the structure of my camera?
Yeah, I do see the structure in your camera. How big is it? Whoa! Whoa! That's pretty good. Can I hold my structure up?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. Here's my structure. You ready? Hold on.
Yeah.
Ready? Hold on.
That's length.
That's bigger.
It's gotta be.
That's bigger.
That's gotta be standing.
I
That's
asked
gotta
you if it had to be
sta-
standing. You didn't say. So that's your fault. It's just the biggest. This is all one paper now, baby. Look at that paper clip.
That's not.
It's all one paper now.
Judges?
Judges say.
All right, Lexi's putting in the chat right now. What did the judges say? Who wins? Mine is impressive. I'm gonna take a picture of mine.
What? I mean, sure, it's impressive. Marcus
Marcus
was
was clever.
Let's go! Woo!
Oh my god.
Cleverness wins in Squid Game, baby. Thank you.
You think sleeping with the judges is gonna help you win? But not in this case. Fine. I will text my mom an emoji right now. You can change the. Oh, get out of here with your fucking.
Wow,
You
she's
can tell,
she's using your own emoji against you.
Celis is my mother's name. I'll change the emoji if you want, or do you want me to do an eggplant?
No, do an eggplant.
Okay.
Eggplant is funny.
Eggplant emoji sent.
Show
Can you see
the
that?
people. No, I can't see that. You gotta. Can you focus? How do you focus that? Do you like the makeup bloggers? Yeah. Oh wow, you did send it. She said, "Thank you, I love you," and your response was an eggplant emoji. Oh yeah.
I really didn't think I was gonna lose that one. Okay, well, let me focus up my camera. Marcus, pick another number 1, 2, 5.
3.
You don't pick 4 again. Okay, great. 3. Ooh, 3 is gonna be super easy. Marcus, I need you to
Okay.
open up Chrome.
Okay.
I need you to type in Minesweeper.
Oh, fuck. I suck at this game.
I need you to change the setting to easy and share your screen of you doing easy Minesweeper. Whoever gets the fastest time wins this round.
How do you change easy?
And what is at stakes, you ask, Marcus? The person who wins
beginner.
this challenge gets to change the other person's Facebook profile picture for a day.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, hold on. Let me share my
All
screen.
right, is my camera crooked?
Stay
My
with
mom,
us.
my
Watch me
mom,
play
my mom
Minesweeper.
has texted me back. My mom has texted me back, and she said, "Eggplant?" ?
Gross.
Sorry, I didn't think I would lose.
I like it.
All right.
I'll win.
When you have a number, that means that number of boxes touching that box has a mine.
Oh, okay.
So every
Okay.
box is touching 8 squares, and if it has a 1, that means one of those 8 squares has a mine.
Got it.
Right click marks a mine.
Okay, you ready?
All right. Yeah. It'll time you. It'll tell me your time.
Okay, I'm going. Boom.
Okay. I am watching on the side.
One, so
I'm at a
this is
delay, so let's see how
Fine.
you're doing.
Mine. How do you know if you won?
I don't think
have negative
it's
1
sharing.
points. Oh, it's not sharing.
I don't think it's.
I have negative 1 points. 2.
What's your time?
Right now, 48 seconds. I'm killing it.
You are killing it.
If this one's next to 1 and this is not it, then it has to be. I lost. 63 seconds.
You lost?
Mm-hmm.
63 seconds, and you lost at 63 seconds. Let's see how I can do. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
See what I do?
We're gonna see how Nick. Way to pick a game that you're good at, bitch.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is all luck. Everyone knows that real. Oh, 11 seconds.
I see your screen is also not loading.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No, I didn't see what happened. Did you
Oh, the
lose at
audience
11
didn't either?
seconds?
No, I won. I beat it in 11 seconds.
You beat it in 11 seconds? No, you didn't.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Let me try to share again. Let
Did
me
you
see.
lose at 11 seconds? Because then I won.
No, that's not what that means. Hold on. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, fuck. I lost.
Looks like I win again. Let's go. Woo!
Oh my god. Oh my
man.
god. I'm so
Oh,
mad.
God,
The
yes.
first time I did it in 11 seconds. You freaked me out.
Well, sucks to suck. Look at you, man.
Oh my god.
What
Oh, is my
was
camera
the-
backwards?
What was the consequence?
All right. What a clusterfuck this has been. Not worth it at all. I've lost another Squid Game.
Yay!
You get to change when we get done. You get to change my. Oh my god,
Profile
Big Jumpy,
picture?
get off my back. This game worked well. Well, I'm so sorry. My game sucked. You know what? I can't nail them all. But you get to change my Facebook profile picture when we're done for a day.
Perfect. I'm excited.
Oh my god. All right.
And in order
one,
to see
two,
that,
1, 2, or 5.
you can go to Nick's personal page and friend him.
1, 2, or 5. You can change my Twitter, Instagram too. If you want.
1.
We're gonna do the Outlaw, which we saw on our old episode, Love is War. We're each gonna write down a word on
Okay.
a piece of paper. Then the two of us are gonna have a conversation. Whoever says the other person's word first loses.
It can't be an article though, right? It has to be a word. Like you
What do you
can't
mean?
put.
Like, oh
the.
yeah, it can be like and the
and.
a word, but a word. And then whoever loses this one, the other person gets to pick their costume for the next podcast.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna write down a word that I hope you say during our conversation, and you're gonna do the same for me.
Hold on. I'm writing. I'm thinking. I have to think.
Well, you don't have all the time in the world. My camera's messed up. I'm crooked.
Okay, I wrote a
my
word.
sound
wrote a
isn't
word.
going in and
I
out.
wrote a word down. And I
Okay.
did it in blue
So did I.
marker, just so you know.
Okay.
I'm not cheating.
It starts now.
Great.
Now we have a conversation.
Yeah, a completely normal conversation.
A completely normal conversation.
What's
When
that
one of
poster
us
behind
says-
you?
This
Yeah,
one?
what's that poster of?
Anime.
Boom! Let's go! Let's go!
I thought
Woo!
you son of a bitch.
Oh, the mind
like-
games.
You just
The
next leveled
mind
me.
Games. Oh God, I'm
Oh
too great.
my god.
Get me in Squid Games right now, baby. I'll fucking win that wine. Win that wine.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
God. You want to know what my word was?
What was your word?
It was true.
I do say that's true all the time.
Especially when you like can't pay complete attention to a conversation.
100%. If I'm not paying attention, I say that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you say that's true when it's legitimately true and it's interesting.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes you say it and I'm like, Marcus wasn't listening.
That's
Ah.
true.
Okay. All right, fine. Fucking here's the second to last game. Okay.
So far,
We
just to
both-
recap, you had to text your mom an eggplant emoji,
And I did.
which I hope goes, okay for you in the end. I get to pick your costume for the next episode, and I
That's
also
correct.
get to
Change my Facebook profile
change your
picture.
Facebook profile picture.
But
Okay.
this one is very, very good because the bet, everything on the line for this one, we are betting $5, Mark.
Let's go. $5. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
All right. This one is going to be the whisper challenge.
Okay.
We have both been texted a phrase.
Oh,
We are going to mute ourselves and we're going to just read each other's lips. Whoever gets the other person's phrase first wins. We'll time both of them.
I will go second.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna mute
You're
myself.
gonna mute yourself, or you're gonna
and
whisper the word,
Well, I'll do it like this. You have to read my lips.
and I have to get it. Hold on 1 second. Okay, great. You're muted. Okay.
Can you
I
hear
see
me?
I see your lip.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm ready. What the fuck did you say?
Unicorns are fluffy.
Do you like the film?
Unicorns are
New York.
fluffy.
$1.50. What did you say?
Unicorns are fluffy.
Why is it so long? I thought it was just gonna be one word. Through your
Unicorns.
New York.
Unicorns. Unicorns.
Yours.
Unicorns.
To yours.
Unicorns.
3 doors.
Unicorns.
4 doors.
Unicorns. Unicorns.
Loose horse.
Unicorns.
Oh man, I don't know what you are saying.
Unicorns are
Are
fluffy.
filthy.
Fluffy.
Fluffy. So something
Unicorns are fluffy.
New York's are fluffy.
Unicorns are fluffy. Unicorns.
New dogs are fluffy.
Unicorns. Unicorns.
Oh man, that is throwing me for a loop. I can't get it.
Unicorns.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards are fluffy.
Unicorns.
Yu-Gi-Ohs?
Une.
UE?
Ne.
Nui?
Ne.
What is your mouth
Ne.
doing? Mouths are too weird. I can't. I've never looked at your mouth this much before.
Unicorns.
I can't get it.
Unicorns. Unicorns.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Unicorns. Unicorns.
Horse? New
Unicorns.
horses are fluffy.
Unicorns. Corns.
Course?
Corns.
Oh my god. Do I want a hint? Yeah, give me a hint.
Unicorns.
Can anyone in the chat get it? Because I'm not getting unicorns.
Unicorns.
Unicorns are fluffy. Okay, I think I got it.
All right, that was 2 minutes and 45. People in the chat said yes, obviously, Marcus.
Jesus Christ. I only got it once you
Oh
started
my
doing
God.
this. What the fuck? That shit was too hard.
That was 45 seconds.
Oh my god.
2 minutes and 45 seconds, sorry.
Wait, who got?
All right, go ahead and mute yourself. Make sure not to mute your recording, but mute yourself and go ahead on yours.
So I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna mute myself in the
Messenger.
messenger.
Should be
Can you
fine.
hear me?
Okay, can't hear you. Great.
Can't hear me. Okay,
I
great.
hear you?
Everyone
All right,
else
Start
in
whenever
the
you're ready.
chat can hear me still. So we're good. I forgot what mine
Why are
was.
you thinking? You just say the phrase. What
I
are
forgot
you
what
thinking
I
about?
forgot what the word. Okay.
Just
great.
say the phrase. You're wasting my time. Oh my God, stop licking your tongue. Just
Pumpkin
Bob
spice
is
latte.
that dude,
Pumpkin
Bobby,
spice
best.
latte.
that dick.
Oh my
You're bad at this.
Bombers.
Bombers. Mom. Mommers? Bomb.
Kin.
Isn't,
Kin.
needs,
Kin.
lake.
Latte.
It starts with an L.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Oh my God. I'm just silent because I have no fucking idea. Help me in the chat. Help me, please. I can't lose
can just
another
hear
one.
me. They can just hear me. Okay.
Are you saying other things? Don't say other things. Just say the things.
Pumpkin
Pumpkin
spiced
is the best.
latte.
Is the pumpkin
Spiced
pie
spiced
Season?
latte. This isn't helping.
lasts?
I don't know what I could be doing.
Pumpkin.
Spiced latte.
I got it. Pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah, you got it.
Yes!
Great job. You got it. You got it.
won.
You got it.
Oh, thank goodness, because I desperately need $5. Thank you so much.
Honestly, of all the things, that's the thing I am most comfortable giving up.
Good. All right, Marcus. One last one.
There's another
Because
one?
this is Squid.
Oh.
Yeah, one last one. Because this is Squid Game, you need to find 5 things. It could be anything. I'm going to use marbles.
Sure.
And we're going to play even and odds marble game from the
Oh
show.
my god. Okay.
But Marcus,
Yeah?
this is what's on the line for this last one. It's your choice.
What's my choice?
It's your choice. What's on the line for this last one? It's your choice. You get to decide.
I get to decide. Let's see. I got nothing.
I believe in you.
I was gonna say you have to send the other person $7.
I hate you so much. Okay, fine. $7 are on the line. You sucking dumbass. $7 on the line.
Oh,
my
good.
God.
Good.
You couldn't even do double or nothing. It was specifically $7. Okay. So do you remember how to play this game?
No. How many am I supposed to have?
You have 5. I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 marbles in my hand.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna guess if it's even or if it's odd.
Okay. And in my hand,
You're gonna hold in your hand how much you wager.
Okay. That
All
sounds
right.
good to me.
I am going to put in my hand. I'm ready. And you put in your hand your bet,
Okay. In my hand is my bet.
and you say evens or odds.
I'm going to say odd. Yeah, let's go.
What did you bet?
I bet 1.
Great. This one is yours now. I have 4. You have 6.
Okay, great.
Okay. I'm gonna hold my bet.
Wait,
and
I
you're
thought
gonna
I held
put
my
either
bet.
evens
Oh
or
yeah,
odds.
yeah. You hold my bet.
We switch back
Okay.
and forth. You
Okay.
ready?
Yep.
Here's my bet. Oh my god, this is so nerve-wracking. This show is intense. Is it
I'm
evens
now
or is it
imagine
odds?
if it was your life on the line.
I fucking couldn't handle it. I totally get what they were doing. Even.
Wow, you are wrong. I have 5 coins in my hand.
And you just very specifically dropped your hand down and then pulled it back up to show
Nick,
me.
come on, I wouldn't
What
cheat.
a
Hold on.
cheater.
Oh my
Whatever.
God.
Whatever. I bet 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I bet 1. Take my 1. Fuck you.
Yeah, let's
Jesus
go. I got
Christ.
7 now, baby.
Fucking cheater.
Woohoo!
All right.
Okay.
Place your wager in your hand.
So how does that work? I get that many, or
Yeah, whatever I
based
bet.
on how many you
I wagered
have?
1.
So if you have 1,
The bet.
like let's say
Yeah,
you have
you
1
got-
in my
so you got
hand,
1.
and I
got 1.
wager 7, right? Then
If
will
you
I get
guess even
7?
and odds right now, to me, I give you all my things. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if you lose, you give me 7. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That sounds good.
Okay. Here's my bet.
I'm going to
Or this
say,
is you have to put up your bet.
okay, my bet's here.
Evens or odds, Marcus?
I'm going to say odd because you bet 1 again.
It's not what I'm betting. I'm not betting anything. I can put
Oh,
any
okay,
amount in my hand.
Ed, odd. I'm still picking odd.
God damn it, it's 3.
Yeah, let's go. I bet
What
1.
did you bet?
I bet 1.
All right, I lose 1. I have 2 left. You have 8.
Let's go.
I'm gonna
Hold
lose
on,
every
let me
fucking
count.
game.
Let me
Okay.
count my spoils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo!
I hate you so much. Okay. All right. I'm gonna guess yours and I'm gonna put my bet in my hand.
You're gonna guess mine. Okay, got it.
All right. You did 1 odd.
What is your answer,
Uh,
Nicholas? What will
Odds.
you guess?
Odds. It's odds. It's odds. It's odds. It's odds.
It is even because I put all 8 coins in my hand. Yeah, let's go.
I bet 1.
Okay. You have 1 left.
Marcus, evens or odds?
I'm gonna have to say odd if you actually have 1 left. Then yes, odd.
Well, good thing that we were able to put nothing. I'm just kidding.
No,
it was
the-
1. I had
yeah,
you
let's
won.
go. Wow. You can
All
call
right, I
me
will
King. You can call me King Squid, for I am the winner of the Squid Games. I am the
Damn it.
champion supreme, and
Now I
no
gotta send you
one
$7.
will ever defeat me. Don't send me to $7. It's fine.
Well, no, you owe me $5. I owe you 7.
There you
That's
go.
the rules of the game. Damn it! All right.
Oh, God.
Well, good game, Marcus.
I mean, if anything, this solidified the idea in my head that I would be fine in the Squid Games.
Yeah, I think honestly, yes. The answer to your question is yes.
Except for the part where you could just murder people at night. I did not like that. Back to
That was
talking about
why
the show.
it was a little unclear actually sometimes because sometimes they seem to frown upon the violence like against each other and sometimes they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, they were like, specifically in the marble game, you can't commit violence. And you can get the marbles through a game, but you can't commit violence.
I
And
guess
then
that
it's
was
like,
the only time they specifically said it, right? Every other time they let it.
they let it fly every other time, you're right. But at the same time, that during game times, I understand allowing the violence to happen. But in the off time, when you're supposed to be relaxing, it just feels unfair. It doesn't feel like
Yeah.
it should be a part of the contest. whether or not you're
Yeah.
willing to kill another person.
I totally agree with you, but I will say that the scene of all of them hunkering down in night when you saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they were hunkering down and like making teams and like that
Yeah.
all out brawl, it was cool.
I felt like it was a plot device to make the non-game parts less boring.
I think you might be right, but I also think it was on purpose to get us to care about our teams, right?
Yeah.
To get us to think all our main characters on a team was a good idea. And then when they had to like all betray each other, it was like fucking, oh my God. I just got to shout out the chat because Big Jumpy said the fight started because of an egg. And then Jumpy said the eggs are the root of all evil.
100%.
Facts.
I
don't know. I think you're right. It was hard to stomach because it was so not fair. But I think, I think it makes sense. It makes sense in the world. It makes sense for the story.
It makes sense for the world and it makes sense for the story, but it doesn't make sense for
the
like
game.
the point and the game that they're trying to drive home, right? So like if the point is sort of like there's this overwhelming evil in the world and people are willing to kind of like hurt themselves to escape it, that's one thing. But the fact that they're willing to murder other people, I think that it puts a lot of other factors into play that I think kind of like hinder the overall message of the story rather than kind of like contribute towards it. Because I can see how it contributes, right? Like you're like, oh yes, they're so desperate, they're willing to kill for the money. And it's like, I guess
we've seen that. We know that.
We've seen that everywhere else. We've known that everywhere else. What's we haven't seen really is all the other stuff.
I would agree with that. I don't disagree with that. But I will say I think the hijinks of having the team come together did make it all worth it for me because I really, really like our main guy, 456, North Korean defector lady, the guy with the kids, the immigrant guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The guy that was a banker guy.
He's the only one whose name I remember. Ali.
The banker guy, all like forming like a team like that. Like I really, really enjoyed that.
I did like the team.
Because it really fucking was brutal when they went to Ali was the MVP. He really was fucking brutal when they went to the sugar game and fucking banker dude like knew what was happening.
Yeah.
And fucking threw our homeboy out to fucking dry.
The banker dude is sus. This whole time he's been absolute fucking garbage. And he's annoying as shit. And I get why honestly, no, I'm gonna take that back. I didn't even get why he's so desperate. Why is he so desperate? He had fucking money.
His mom was
fucked it up. He fucked it up.
Well, because he bet his mother's stuff. His mother was going to lose everything.
He's a piece of shit.
I don't disagree.
And a bad person.
I'm super curious to think what you're going to hear your opinion on him at the end of the show. But
when he's revealed to be the villain of the whole thing, or is he when he's just the bad guy or just an idiot?
You just said the same thing twice.
I mean, I guess not the bad guy of the whole show, but just a bad guy.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, dude, tell me. This is the only one plot I want to talk about beat for beat. Tell me the fucking feels you were feeling, what you were thinking during Ali and Banker Dude's marble game.
Their marble game was absolutely heartbreaking.
Brutal.
It was so brutal. That whole episode was absolutely incredible. Sang-woo is $6 billion in debt. Yeah, he is in debt, but he's still a piece of shit.
6 billion
won.
Yeah. In debt.
He's still a piece of shit, that guy. Fuck that guy.
I
but
agree.
He's desperate, and I could see how desperation would drive you to make those choices.
Yeah.
But it's especially jarring when we're surrounded by so many people who are not willing to make those choices or willing to be good, sort of. And it's interesting because I feel like when money is involved, I feel like it is kind of cool to see the lengths in which we'll lie to ourselves, what we'll be willing to do to get the money, and it's all of that is kind of shown in this game in particular.
Yeah,
where like the banker betrays Ali. Fucking Ali was my boy. He has a kid. Yeah. He has a wife. He's trying to do better for himself.
Not doing anything wrong the whole time.
Not doing anything wrong. Just a good do 100% of the time. MVP.
And that's why he died.
And then it's fucking killed. It's bullshit.
Did you know he was going to betray him that whole time? Because I thought he was going to betray him. Then the show did a good job because it fooled me. It made me think, oh, maybe maybe that's not going to happen. And then the reveal of him like actually not going back to meet up, it got me. I was like, no.
The second Ali won the game, I knew that he was going to be betrayed. Like because he was doing a whole fucking song.
You saw
and
the wheels
dance,
turning.
And I was like, I see he's a desperate man fighting for his life, and he is just trying to win the game however he can. And I'm kind of a rule snob. Technically he didn't win by playing a game, which is what they said one of the rules was.
He played a game.
You could play any. You can play.
You never played
game.
Cops and Robbers as a kid, Marcus?
You can play any game, okay? But you have to use
Capture
the
the
game to
flag.
get the thing. You can't use violence. He didn't fucking put it. What game was he playing? He didn't do anything. He just fucking
5-finger
lied.
discount.
No, being a dick isn't a game, okay?
I actually thought maybe it wouldn't work for that same reason. Okay,
I was
well, what did
hoping
you
it
think
would
of? Yeah, what did you think of main character and 001? Old man, all that's happening, and then the way this episode ended.
That was hard to watch because I feel like that is kind of an example of like a good person willing to kind of stretch his morality a little bit to kind of like,
because he's dying, he's got a tumor, right? And it's like,
Exactly,
listen,
yeah.
what am I doing? What am I really doing? He's here to have a good time. We're just like, he's confused. I got a daughter. But you see the fucking heartbreak in his face, right? That actor's so good.
Yeah. No, 100%. That the old guy actor's good. The main character's actor's good. That whole scene was so heartbreaking. And when he turns to him right at the end, and he's like, he's like, let's play.
Gungju, what is it called?
Right before that, he's like, let's play one last game for all the marbles. And the main character is like, no, that's not fair. And he's like, do you think it was fair for you to lie to me? And I was like,
oh,
no, you're right. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But then after that, it's like, you're gonna be my Gungbu. You're gonna
Yes.
be my best friend forever,
It
basically.
was wonderful. I loved
And
it.
he let them win. Oh, that was crazy. And I love the old man throughout the whole thing. They used him really smart, right?
He did.
When
The
they
fact that
introduced him.
Yes, wasn't useless. He had knowledge during the tug of war game.
Tug of war.
He
Oh, that was great.
Able to figure out like the best strategy. Even during the marble game, he knew what the game was, and then unfortunately his dementia kicked in a little bit. But yeah, no, he was MVP. Also, he was great.
It was so heartbreaking when they were choosing partners and he was sitting over there alone. That shot of him sitting because no one wanted to be his partner.
Yes.
I was fucking heartbroken.
Yeah.
And I was like, because half of you was like, main character, 4, 5, 6, pick him, be a good guy. And the other half was like, don't fucking pick the old guy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. Dude. Red light, green light. The old man was just having a fun time. He was so happy. He was like,
he was crushing it.
Fucking awesome. I love the old guy. He was great.
Super,
He's an
super
adorable, like old man that you're sincerely rooting for.
And then during this fucking scene, let's also talk about fucking North Korea defector lady. She is introduced by stealing our main character's money. This whole time she's this like aloof hot lady, and you're like, oh, like what's going on?
Yeah.
And then like when you finally like get to like, and you can tell she's got like a heart of gold under there somewhere, like she cares, she's like a good person.
Yeah.
But like when you finally get the scene with this other girl and then they're back and forth, I was like, oh my god, big jumpy. We'll get to the husband and wife, don't fucking worry. But I so was like on her side too, and I was like, I thought she would just be another random stupid character, and I was like, wow, I want you to win too. This sucks.
Yes, I know. It's so hard because I feel like I don't know the end game if multiple people can win, but it would be nice if that's how it ended and multiple people could win, because I feel like it would be her and the main character are the two that make
well,
it.
Big Jumpy, what happens to the husband and wife happens after this episode. Because you saw the husband and wife picked each other as partners, right, Marcus?
Yeah.
But you very specifically have not seen what the outcome is.
Oh shit, interesting.
So that'll be picked up next episode.
God, I don't know what I'm hoping for. I'm assuming
exactly when they got picked, immediately I was like, "Oh, old dude and main character." I was like, "Oh my god, the husband and wife!"
Yes.
Oh no!
I feel like,
where are they? What's happening?
I don't know if I would pick anyone that I liked for Squid Game. I would pick someone capable for my partner, but I don't think I would pick someone I liked for any of the.
You
games.
would specifically tell your wife to go with someone else who wouldn't pick her because she's a woman, so they'd be with a weaker pair and then probably lose and die.
Yeah, because you would have won and she would have been alive. Yeah, if she
but
went
you didn't know
with
that.
someone, I didn't know that, but I also like, I don't know. I based on the tug of war game, I don't know if I would have like. I guess I would have had my partner on my team if I was in the husband-wife situation.
Because of the tug of war,
because
it came right after tug of war. You assume you're on a team.
Yeah,
it's not a bad assumption.
No, it's not a bad.
It's not
assumption.
a faulty assumption. Then we also got a detective guy running around. What do you think of detective guy?
I like it a little bit because it gives us a background into what's going on with the like people behind the game, and it shows that they're not like weird aliens. They're not all monsters. They're not all like bad people. They're just people who are also kind of like wrapped up in all of this. You know, like you find out that they're doing some kind of like organ experiment kind of thing. Harvesting. Yeah. They're doing some kind of organ harvesting, and that they all are also in need of money and they're struggling too. So that's interesting. I don't care about it, if I'm being honest.
I think agreed. I don't think they did a good job making us care about the detective. Like we know he has a brother he's looking for,
Yeah.
but that's it. We don't have any connection. We don't know
Exactly.
if he has hardships. It was really interesting to watch, right? Like him
Mhm.
having to like not know what's going on, but pretend to go through it. And like there was
Yeah.
that one moment where one of the squares realized he was doing something wrong. He's like, "I'll talk to you after." And
Yeah,
homeboy
he happened to
died.
die,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, like though that's some good stuff. But I agree, like I didn't care about him ultimately. But it painted for such an interesting picture. Seeing all that back matter, seeing their pages. Have you guys heard the theories, Big Jumbie? No, we have not heard the theories. If it doesn't spoil the ending, please tell us, because I don't want to spoil
But if it
Marcus.
spoils
Please,
the ending,
I do
don't
not
tell me, because I'm still 3 episodes.
I have not. Marcus, before
I
he
need
tells
to
us, do you
watch.
have any theories on who these people are, what's going on?
I keep telling Daron, who I'm watching the show with, and I'm like, I keep saying, I don't want the end person to be someone that we know. Like, I think that would suck. But I feel like the writing is like leaning towards that it's possibly going to be either one of the contestants or the brother. And I'm hoping it's not the brother, because that would be whack. Because why hide his face if it's someone that we haven't seen yet? But I don't know. I'm hoping it's not one of the contestants, because that would be annoying to me.
Sure. One of them isn't a spoiler. You can definitely
Hit
tell
us with the
then.
one that isn't a spoiler. But yeah, that's kind of my theory. I'm thinking it's bank guy or the old guy maybe, who's at the end of the game. But we just no, I guess not. I don't know. That's my theory. It's probably someone that we've seen and I don't know why they're doing it, because they're
Yeah, I mean, it's
rich and
classic
bored.
Saul, right? Like,
Yeah.
the guy you weren't paying attention in the background is the guy. Like, it's we have seen it not be anybody, and it definitely doesn't hit as home as hard, right? So, like,
Yeah.
just like having watched so many things in your life, you know that it's probably somebody you know.
Yes, but
It's like, that's not a bad
rather,
theory.
if I'm being honest, I'd rather it be someone I don't know. I'd rather it be
Yeah.
more Saw-y, where it's like someone in the background that we weren't even introduced to, or like, or just no one at all. Like it just really drive home the fact that it is a faceless evil that these people are having to go up against, and it represents the like evils of the world that we live in. You know,
Totally. I really thought, this isn't a spoiler, not really, kind of, but I really thought that the guy who played the game with them at the beginning,
Mhm.
the paper game that slapped him, I thought he
Yeah.
was gonna be like one of the guys.
Oh, really?
At the beginning, when the guy at the subway asks what color you want for the game, if you choose blue for a player, if you choose red, you're a worker, and there are a bunch of players because blue goes first in the game.
Oh,
So depending on what you choose, that is an interesting theory.
yeah, that's really
So, like,
interesting. So
That is interesting.
they recruited everyone with the same game, and that everyone
My only
can get
my
money.
only thing with that is it seems like the workers are indoctrinated a little too much, right? For it to just be a random person that says, "Come work here."
Well, if you think about it, I mean, they did that experiment, right, where they had prisoners and security,
Jailers,
jailers,
or whatever.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
did that. I forgot what it was, the Connecticut experiment or whatever.
It was someplace, yeah. And they went hungry with power.
And they went hungry with power. So it could be a similar thing that's happening. It's just like these people
You're
are
right.
told they're in charge, so they immediately take to it. They've
Yeah.
never been given
totally
power
agree.
in their life before, and now they have power, so they're like, "Fuck yeah!"
I don't disagree. That's a pretty good theory. I think this isn't a spoiler, but I have a feeling there's going to be more of the show, especially with how
Okay.
popular it's been.
Yeah.
And I think they close some doors, but then they open more. I am curious to see if theories like this really like start to paint this world and get it. I feel like it could be super interesting, because right now it's like John Wick, right? Where there's like a currency in a hotel and things that are like
Yeah, sure.
questions you have.
They're building the lore.
And that's what makes it interesting. But then when you get to the third John Wick, then it's like not answering any questions and it's stupid, right? Like
Yes,
there's
that's
more
true.
coins and it's more complicated.
Yeah, part 3, John Wick,
instead of
kinda
answering
sucked.
anything.
Too many
Oh, and they
karate
already
chops.
revealed there's going to be a season 2. That's great.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so I like Squid Game, and the popularity means that we're going to get a lot of Squid Game-like content for a long time, because that's just how
Yeah.
popular things work. If something's popular, you're going to get a lot of copies. So
Totally.
even though it's been a thing in Eastern media a lot, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a lot more Squid Game-esque content in the future in the Western world.
Oh, totally. They're going to make an American version ish somehow soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, I do honestly, I really, really appreciate it. It's so we've been watching Eastern media our whole lives. So for something like Squid Game and even dubbed or sub, whatever, being the #1 viewed Netflix show, period, point blank.
Yeah.
Amazing. So cool. So
Amazing.
nice. So
Yeah.
wild. Yeah. It's so great.
I've seen a lot of
like
a lot of
Parasite
people-
winning Oscar 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
100%.
finally starting because of the internet, our media is finally starting to like all mush together in like the best way possible.
Exactly.
And that's really nice to see.
Yeah, living in a post-Parasite world. Yep, -9442. 100% right.
Well, oh shit, what's his name? Kum Jing Bong? Director Bong, I think
Yeah.
is his name. He said during his Oscar speech, once we all get past that 1 inch of titles is when we can really appreciate like art from around the world, right?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
he and it's kind of right, like what he said,
Yes.
which is pretty cool.
But I feel like a lot of people online have been kind of not complaining about Squid Games, but being like, I've seen better, because they've been also like consuming Eastern media and have things that are like 999, which I think is better. And other content that is like better, not necessarily the same, but similar. And they're upset that Squid Game's popular. And I feel like that's the wrong message to take from this. Like,
Totally. There's always something better, right? We always have
Yes.
our favorites.
yes,
I
exactly.
think, but also I think I would also push back against that, because as I'm watching the show, like, yes, it is like Saw or like Hunger Games, but everything's derivative of something. I think this show, honestly, mostly on the power of the writing and the acting,
Yeah.
is something wholly unique. Like, I don't think the pastiche of the show is unique. I don't think the game is unique. I don't think the story is even unique, but I think the degree at which they're doing, the high caliber at which they're creating the show, is something special.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, 100%. I feel like it's mainly people who watch like Kaiji and that like gambling anime that you mentioned, stuff like that, where there's like the battle manga trope has evolved to now become the Battle of the Mind manga, which has then become mixed with like Death Games kind of, and that's where we kind of are now, and that's where
Totally.
Squid Game comes from. It's inspired by that stuff, really.
I'll also say this. We'll read that in a second. I'll also say this. The show does a really good job not making it Eastern specific. Sometimes I know you do the same thing when you're watching anime or reading manga or something like that. Sometimes you can't suggest it to people because it's so culturally specific.
Exactly.
And you need to be a fan of anime and a fan of manga to appreciate it. Like, I love Death Note. I think it's great. But someone who's never read any manga or never watched an anime, if they watch Death Note, they won't quite get it.
Yeah.
It'll kind of go over their head. As I'm watching Squid Game, I watched the whole thing with my partner, and the whole time I've made her watch some anime. She's a My Hero fan, but she's not entrenched like we are. She was gravitating towards this immediately. And I think the reason why everyone else in the world is gravitating towards it is because of how accessible it is.
Exactly.
I don't think anime and manga are actually that accessible sometimes.
I agree.
So
No.
yes, this might be like this other thing or this other thing, this other thing, but the way they are doing it, the accessibility is because of how human it is.
Yeah.
How human it is, and something we can all relate to. And that's what makes it great. And I think that's why it's so popular.
Yeah. I think
that's what I
every
think. All right, what
every
is it?
medium has, before we get into the chat, every medium has like something that is a catalyst for everyone to like get on board, and mainstream media to kind of like grab its attention and start to join in the conversation and start to actually enjoy. So I'm happy for Squid Game, but I'm hoping that it leads to more people consuming like anime and more like other content that's out there that's not just like America focused.
Korean dramas is a whole subcategory of TV shows that I've watched 1 or 2 and really enjoyed. But even I, who's am a fan of Eastern media, don't consume it on the regular.
Okay,
Big
what does
Jumpy in the
chat
Sand
say?
said also people think that the main character is the old man's son. Oh, because when the main character asked the worker for chocolate milk and he didn't get it, the old man said, "I bet you get spanked a lot." And the main character said, "How'd you know?" The old man said that his kid did too. Also, when they saw each other at the pub, the old man said that it's his kid's birthday is on the same day as the main character. Oh, it's shit. And you know that because when the main character
interesting.
put in the password for the credit card, it was his birthday. That is super subtle. I would have never noticed that.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Not a bad theory. It's
not a
definitely
bad theory.
definitely they did that on purpose to make you think that. I don't know if it's true, but wow.
Yeah, I was gonna
What a
say
theory
that
that
might
would be.
just be kind of like
Red herring-y?
subconsciously, not even a red herring, just subconsciously making you build the connection in your mind between the two characters, so that way episode 6 is more heartbreaking.
Yeah, totally. 100%. And you got 3 episodes left. One of them is only half an hour, so you'll be done quick.
Oh, let's go! Fuck yeah.
When I saw that episode 8 it was between 2 games because there's a game in episode 7, a game in episode 9, and then 8 was a half an hour. Is like, yes, Joe, that's exactly what you should have done. you know that I care about these people, but I don't want to watch an hour episode without any games. I
like
Yeah,
that.
good job.
Honestly, that's a huge huge plus to streaming content is just that episodes can
You
be
make it
whatever
how you want
length
to.
you want to be. I love when
Yes,
you see one
so
episode's
much
40
so.
minutes, one episode's an hour, like whatever. Just fucking do what you
Honestly,
need
I
to do.
usually don't see it like this one. This one is literally a half an hour and another one's an hour. Usually they don't go that far.
Yeah, I think
Like they're scared to.
Mandalorian has like 45-minute episodes, 40-minute episodes, and then hour-long episodes. So
Yeah,
it's like
but this
that's
half an
usually
hour,
the most you get, yeah.
like I fucking love that. Like, do that more. Like, lean in. Like, if you can tell this story, like, why can't you have in this big episode a 12-minute episode, just focusing on like one small thing,
100%.
and then you get like fucking do it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I love it.
Marcus, anything else you would like to talk about Squid Game?
I do want to mention that the one
Please.
character who joins the bad guys gang and then gets kicked out of the bad guys gang and
Mhm.
and she was super tough and cool and then she became super pathetic. I didn't like
Yeah.
that. I didn't like that at all because I thought she was cool. I was like, she is cool. She's playing the game. She's gonna be a
Mm.
badass. She's willing
Sure.
to kill this guy if she has to. And then
Yeah.
I don't know. So far, she's just been like pathetic, and I didn't like that turn.
I don't disagree with you. Lexi, every time she came on screen, was like, I hate this. I hate this.
Yeah.
I agree with you. She was an interesting character. I think she was there for a specific reason. I understood it, but I don't disagree with you. I think you can make her come to terms with her strength with was like a put on without making her seem so like a piece of shit.
Week afterwards, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just was
We
poorly
didn't
handled.
talk
She
about the
was
snake
annoying.
guy at all too.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think of
there's a
Snake
lot
Boy?
of characters. I guess there's not that many characters. We mentioned everybody. The
No,
snake
Snake
guy
Guy's the
was
only
just
main
a
guy.
fucking piece of shit. He sucks. Fuck Snake Guy.
I don't know. I'm like I was like,
Are you rooting for
By the
Snake Guy?
by the time that marble thing came along, I was like, I was there. I wasn't rooting for him, but I was like, how are you gonna get out of this one, Snake Guy?
By being a little bitch. He goes up to the
Yeah.
guy. He's basically told on fucking the student. He's like, excuse me, can we play a different game? I'm losing this one. Like, shut the fuck up, you little bitch. Take your death with some fucking pride.
But also the guy he was with, like,
He was so sweaty.
Yeah, he was so fucking.
He looked like a wet
schmeeg,
frog.
like.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
It was
that's
gross.
what he looked like. Okay, Marcus, that's Squid Game season, almost season 1. You're gonna finish soon.
Game. I'm gonna
Marcus.
finish soon.
Did you like Squid Game?
I did like Squid Game. I think I had problems with it for sure. I'm interested in seeing the ending. I think the ending could really like turn me. So far, I feel like I'm glad everyone's enjoying it, but I don't think it's as good as everyone's saying it is.
You're one of those.
It's overhyped. It's very good, but it's a little. I'm surprised. I don't see what makes this different than other things, that could have taken off but didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree a little. I think it's great, but
Sure.
I think that whole mainstream thing is hard, right? Because for something to be mainstream, it does have to not be quite as specific as something that's like truly great, right? Like I think like a lot of Oscar winning movies, like the reason that they're fantastic and great and they're not mainstream, right? As opposed to an Avengers movie, which is mainstream because it takes you have to take away a little of that like that ness to make it mainstream. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it's only because I'm on episode 7. You're right.
Maybe. Honestly, from
the
episode 6 on, I was in.
The last 3
really
episodes
in.
could really make it for me. So I'm just saying that
And you really
I
like
like it a
6.
lot. I'm on episode 6, and episode 6 was the best episode of the show.
It's
So,
a phenomenal episode.
There could be more good episodes to come. So I'm going to say.
No, you had a spoil because of social media. Marcus, you haven't been spoiled yet,
I
right?
haven't been spoiled yet. So I'm hoping.
You got to finish the fucking show.
Okay.
I was
I'm gonna
spoiled
finish this soon.
by one thing. I saw when I was looking for a costume for this episode, which by the way, I tried really hard to get a costume. I checked 3 places in New York City. It's not in stores anywhere, and it would have took too long in the mail. I'm very upset. It's so fucking popular. Why can't I buy a fucking Squid Game mask?
Yeah.
A spirit.
It's like
Why?
you need it now. It's not a next year thing, unless Squid Games 2 comes out next October. But it's not a next year thing. Get that shit out now.
It's crazy. But I saw a gold mask. That was it. That was the
Oh.
only thing. I was like, there's a gold mask.
I
right.
liked it. I liked it.
Good. Marcus, would you recommend this show?
I would highly recommend the show. Like, I feel like I've been trying to constantly get people into anime and shit like that, and they're like, no, I don't really like it. It has cartoons. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like I would get them into this, and if they like this, then
is a
I'm like,
great
okay,
primer.
here's some other recommendations for you.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I super highly endorse that. Last question: are you gonna keep watching it?
I'm definitely gonna finish. I'm excited. And
Hell
if there's
yeah.
a season 2, I feel like I'm already, I don't know how it ends, but I'm signed up for it. I'm ready to go for season 2.
I will let you know. I just finished the whole show. I finished episode 9,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I really need to watch season 2. I want to fucking know how this I need to fucking watch season 2. Fuck.
Okay. Interesting.
It surprised me with how, like, why I'm gonna watch season 2. Like, it surprised me.
Okay.
You know? I didn't like everything about the ending. I like some things a lot, and some things I was like, I wish that was a little better. I finished strong. It finished very strong.
Okay, that's all I care about. As long as it finishes strong, I'm here to support it. I'm excited for it. I feel like we definitely need more media that is non-America focused.
Totally agree.
Which is kind of nice.
Well, guys, that's it. And we only have 2 more challenges left for Spooky Boys month, but
Spooky Boys,
we have a special surprise for next week. It'll be neither of our challenges because last year, 2 years ago on Spooky Boys month, we did Halloween 2018. And guess what comes out this weekend? Halloween Kills.
Nice.
So guys, we will be watching completely blind. Neither of us like it yet. We don't know how it's going to go, but we're both going to watch Halloween Kills for next week's challenge. Join us. Go to the theater. Support your local theaters. Watch it. It looks so good. I also think it looks so good. That's Jammers did.
I'm very excited.
I also think so. So I'm very excited.
And this is all because I wanted to give you Dune so desperately. So desperately. I was like, I need to figure out how we could make sure Dune comes out in a relevant time. So we're going to do this challenge, and then afterwards I will give Nick Dune
for the next week after that. So if you guys want to really set your calendars for now, try this. We're watching Halloween Kills, then Dune.
Let's go.
Now, is Marcus stretching what Spooky Boys month means to do Dune? I think no, but if you have a problem with it, go ahead and let him know. At Now Try This Cast on all socials. You guys can reach us. Now Try This Cast on all socials. I just said the same thing twice. Patreon.com/Now Try This Cast. You can check us out on Twitch. Download the episodes. Join Spooky Boys Month. Let us know what's going on and leave us 5-star reviews. Thank you so much.
Get at me, okay? Because giant fucking colossal worms are scary. Colonialism scary. Having the weight of the crown thrust upon your young head is scary. Dune is scary.
Okay, Marcus. Okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you for joining. There's giant worms. Butthole worms.
Spoilers.
Thank you for joining us. Good night, and go out there and try some things. Bye.
Good night.
Friends get together so they can try things. Yell about it, it's podcast so that you can try things. Now we will stop singing so that we can all now try this.
It was a billion, right?
$1. Yeah. I think the total came out to like $38 million or something like that.
I know more than you're right. Exactly. Yeah, 38.5 million.
Yep. $1 is
0.00084 cents. Yeah.
No. One.
It's not even a cent.
$1 is 1,183 won.
Oh, I was looking at it the other way.
Yes. Yeah. Not even 1 cent.
When I ask how much is a one, the third article is how much is Squid Game's 45 billion worth.
When I started typing in how much is, it was like Squid Game 40, and I was like, okay. As soon as they said it, I was like, I need to know for my own purposes.
I knew it was less, but I thought it was still more than what.
I knew it was less, but I was like, how much less? What are these people fighting for? Pennies is what they're fighting for. A YouTuber's monthly income.
Well, what was each one worth? What was each person worth?
I don't remember.
100,000?
Yeah, it was like 100,000. I don't think it was $1 million.
That's not right. That can't be right.
Was it $1 million?
Yeah. No, it was 10 million. It was 10 million.
10 million. Okay.
Because 10 million times 456 is 45.6. No, wait, hold on. What's on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 4 billion. So it's I typed it in. So 100 million. It was 100 million each. 100 million won each.
Okay, great. Mr. Chuckle Teeth.
100 million and 100 million won is each person was worth about $85,000.
Wow. That's crazy.
$85,000. Are you worth $85,000?
I hope so, but probably not.